Layyah, Layyah. You can't do it like I do it. 23 years old from South London.
That must be the only talent you've got. Guess what? Put the rest of your bars out there.
This is actual, real talent, man.
This is crazy. What the fuck?
She's mixing the bars with opera, that's crazy. No one's ever done that.
I don't think I've ever been blown away on this whole thing, like blown away.
I'm giving these men a run for their money. The rankings this week are very important. I'm first, guys. Yeah, no, you first. I'm first. I'm first. I definitely feel like some of their egos might be bruised.
I look at Leia, she could be whatever she wants to be in the world.
I do R&B drill music. I'm cute, I like to look good, but when it comes to me rapping, I mean business, you know what I mean?
Hardest, that's on period. Them other gal ain't serious. Let me talk my shit when they hear me spit, gonna put some fear in them. Yes, I am superior, I'm a holy, nobody can't cross this. I'm here on business, boss shit. I mind my business, watch this.
Oh, she's taking a piss. Wow. Crazy.
Rap Game Season 6, period.
Leia, she's the coldest so far. She's mixing the bars with opera, that's crazy. No one's ever done that.
I originally started doing music by singing. I'm classically trained. I had a falling out with my father. And then I wrote a diss track about him, and that's what led my career into rapping.
For an artist, the studio is their bread and butter. For their next challenge, we want to see how they work in the studio.
What I'm saying is mostly based on females and some of the things that we go through.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
Once upon a time, we were subservient to men. Our roles go beyond the cooking and cleaning. We make a house a home, you see us women have meaning. And every other month, you see our coochies be bleeding. And that's a different type of pain, but we charge it to the game. The cost of being a woman, we can never be replaced.
When she did her first take, we were like, she can leave it there. She doesn't have to add any ad-libs. Nothing else is done. And then she stayed and used up all of the studio time.
She just kept going and going and going, and we were just like, no, this is actual, real talent, man.
She's doing the ad-libs, look, listen.
What's a woman to a man? That's a man to a woman. I'm taking respect and power.
I think he recorded a hit there.
Thanks, guys.
Leia's a generational talent. Like, you can't teach what she has. It's a gift.
Top number one this week, Leia. I gotta give you a clap for the way you come this week, man. It's very rare that man just gobsmacked.
For the first time ever, Rap Game UK and Pen Game are collaborating. It's clash time, man.
What?
What are you saying?
I said it.
All right.
Our third battle of the night is Leia versus Oni Zizi. Make some noise, people. Leia, stop all the chat cause way too late for prayer. If she talking blood, then call me a slayer. Her breath is hot, my bayer. I'm more like Kang, not Jonathan Major. Run from the pussy, now just...
What type of name is these? You go back to the zoo where you belong. And yeah, I think you're Langaroo, but right now it's about to get long. You got a big head like Heady, but clearly you're not the one. You're number 6. You can get dust in the dish by the time I'm done with this point.
Hey, she got a reload, man.
For me, that battle was amazing. The best round of the night.
Number one, Leia.
I feel like, ooh, eyes on me. Yeah, again. As a woman, being able to be first 2 weeks in a row is absolutely crazy in the best way. I'm giving these men a run for their money.
We want you guys to create your own promo package, and you're only gonna have 24 hours to do all of this, so you're gonna have to really step it up.
This challenge, I feel like it's definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm gonna attack it how Leia would attack it. And the song I've got for you today is called Spend. It's basically a song for the girlies and the women, basically saying that we've got our own money, but we want to spend yours.
Bad bitch 10 out of 10. Realist so I can't pretend. One wife me have to spend. Spend. Dollars, pounds, rent. Euros, Leon, yen. I'm a boy, where the fuck is my Ken? Said he'd be back.
I did a bank card sort of vibe because it's called Spend.
Full package-wise for this challenge specifically, I'd have to go with you because, song was mad catchy. If I worked at a record label, I've got an easy job marketing that now, innit?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
For your next challenge, you're going to be performing as a collective at Leeds Festival.
I am ecstatic. I'm actually so happy, like, that's fun, like, this is what I live for, to perform and do stuff like this. I love the crowd was literally electric.
The rankings this week are very important.
I'm first, guys. Yeah, no, you first.
I feel so good. I feel like I definitely deserve my position this week.
We brought the guys to St. Luke's bombed out church right in the centre of Liverpool.
We want to find out what shaped the artists, their influences, who they are as people, and how they got there.
I've read about my heritage. So my mom's Sierra Leonean and my dad's South African.
Life's about choices. Give thanks to the one that my grandma made. Moved mum here 10 years of age. Could have been born in Sierra Leone, but I was born in the UK. I'm gonna continue to pave my way. Play the cards right, call a spade a spade. RP Grandma Clone Manchester. I'm doing this all for my ancestors. From SA, South Africa, Cape Town, the capital. We speak Zulu and Afrikaans. This is my heritage, this is where I am from.
We know from experience, it's crucial to sell yourself in the right room to the right people.
We've arranged for the artists to meet a panel of big industry hitters where they'll have to pitch themselves as a brand and business.
This is the moment, like, everything before does matter, but this is like the crucial moment that matters the most.
What's the 1-1-4-1? What's the 1-1-4-1? I came first in the first challenge, first in the second. I remember Target telling me, keep doing what you do. They can't do it like I do it, I got a different point of view. Been a journey, highs and lows, different terrains.
I look at Layyah, she can be whatever she wants to be in the world. When she's backed out the laptop, she's going through the things she's going through.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. Serious. Yeah, she came
Taking
prepared.
everything serious.
Same with the promo challenge the other day, she came with merch.
She's definitely taking it seriously, and people will see that and want to follow her journey as well.
100%.
Leia, like, I feel like there's just so much there with you. Man, we're proud of you. And on that note, welcome to the finals, man.
Thank you. I made this happen, like, I did this, do you know what I mean? So if I just keep doing that, then I have nothing to lose, man. It's gonna be great.
This is the final hour. I gave them respect and power. I gave them tears. I gave them pain. I gave them range. I gave them hate. This is the final hour. This is the final hour. I free up all my guys in the can. Only a few days till we hit Jan. God's got a plan. I'm the first female to win it. You can't argue with your dad if you want. They can try to do it like I do it, but trust me, you can't. I'm in my stride, I'm lucky to be alive. 2018, I tried to take my own life. Suicide. Damn. And to the people that are thinking about it, please don't do it. Could look where I'm at now. And I've been through the trenches, press no benching. I've seen both sides of it.
Hey, my G, bring that rhythm back, star. We love that rhythm.
I wanted to let you go, but Leia, man, you're going in right now. Let's go back in, please. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Leia is special. There's nothing like it that exists in the space now. And I honestly think she has the potential to be a generational talent. And I don't even just say that loosely.
The winner of the Rap Game UK Series 6 is Leia.
Honestly, man. Don't cry. So Leia, how's it feel to be the winner of the Rap Game UK 2024?
It feels like surreal, honestly.
Congratulations, Leia. Well deserved. First female to win the Rap Game UK 2024. You get me? Big up.
Yeah. Come on, man. Bring it in, bring it in.
I literally made history, you know, and it sounds crazy to say, but that's what I did. The first female winner of Rap Game UK, period.